There's quite a lot. I'll tell you what, actually, last weekend I tried to bench press a midget.
Okay,
It's got to be a soundbite, that.
Right. All systems a go. What should we call this one? We call it, like, I don't know, the return.
The return. Well, hello.
Use this as a bin if you want.
Alright.
We've got old wrappers in there. See, like, got all little bits and pieces just ready to assemble. But I'm stuck here with one microphone.
Still here with fucking one mic. Can I have some? You pass me a brew, please?
Right, yours is the orange Volkswagen.
Nice one.
Yeah, so. How many weeks? I don't want to think how many weeks it's been. We've scarred off it a bit.
It's been a while. I think we've just been. I think we've both just been quite. Everything's just clashed and we haven't got around to it.
Yeah.
We've both just been busy doing our own things for a bit. But you.
It's never too late to get back into it.
No. Oh.
I think the one thing is, it's like, as much as sort of, it's just this garage for me. I find that, like, no matter what I do, I'm always productive if I'm not in the garage. Like,
Yeah.
if we had like a place, even if it was like, quite a journey to get to like a studio or something and do some recording, I feel like in a way that's easier.
Yeah.
That's still easy because it's like you're getting up and you're going to a special place to do a special task.
Yeah.
You're always going to be like dead motivated to do it. I think that's one thing. Funnily enough, when you're in like your own home, well, no, it's not your own, but like still only like dead close in it.
Yeah, I'm all in my own corner, aren't I?
We're only sort of chilling here. It's weird somehow. Somehow it's I guess it's sort of more difficult to get work done, even though it's nearer. Like I only have to get out of bed and come like 10 footsteps. And I'm
you've actually got to have a bit of get up and go. Sort of thing. Yeah.
You see, it's easier to get over that initial hurdle if you've like got to go somewhere. I find when I'm at work, I find that like I don't know, I just have like loads of energy.
Yeah.
I don't know if you find this, but like, well, it's like how scruffy I am here. Like, I can't be asked. I'll leave like some rubbish on the table for like 2 weeks. But when I'm at work, it's like everything's clean.
Yeah.
Like, I can't have my work. I'm putting spanners away in the correct order and shit. And it's just like
that's good. That. Yeah. No, I mean, to be fair, I sort of can, but I sort of can't relate to that. Like, cause I'm just always fucked at work, mate. Sometimes it feels that way.
You work like twice as much as I do.
I do about 50 hours a week, standard.
50,
yeah.
Shit. Well, I mean, that's like, I can't think. I do 40 hours pretty much.
Yeah.
Rock solid 40.
So anyway, what have you been up to then?
Well, I suppose big thing. I've just started getting into fitness a little bit. So maybe that might be a bit of a topic of this episode.
Yeah, you pied us off to go to the gym instead of the pub.
Honestly, mate, like I properly wanted to go to the pub, like, but it was one of those things. Like, I just knew this is like an important moment. If I just sort of cave in and go to the pub, and I don't stick to this, like I'm gonna slide. I'm gonna backslide a bit.
I know what you mean, mate. Yeah, we were testing you up pretty hard, but have a bit of fun with it. As long as you don't like not come again.
I mean, yeah, I'll still come and that, but it was like it wouldn't have been good for me that one day because that was the first time I'd done legs.
Yeah.
And like honestly, Saturday I couldn't walk. Like, holy shit!
What type of fitness are you doing? Weight training or cardio, or what are you doing?
Yeah, well, I'm going with a mate of mine, bloke who lives down there, and he's like well into it, but he tans it 5 days a week.
Yeah.
He's all about.
I mean, I went to the gym and I never went like 5 days a week.
No.
like, because it's just a bit too much. You're just fucking
I did it
killing
for
your
1
body.
week.
Like,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know, if it's something you're not, especially if you're starting out,
Definitely.
just starting out, all you need is like an hour, 45 minutes,
Definitely,
that, you know. So if you're especially doing weight training, you gotta let your muscles heal.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you gotta give it time.
Well, that's the thing. Well, the idea is that 5 days a week, you just do a different muscle group, don't you?
Yeah.
I mean, there is. You can spread it out if you. But when you're just beginning out, like I was, I did do a 1 week where I went 5 days, and it was like every other day I wasn't really getting much out of it, you know, because I was kind of knackered, or I was just low on energy.
Yeah.
Diet, I'd say, is actually the hardest part.
Diet is the most important.
I think
thing.
diet's definitely been the hardest part. I mean, I think lifting weights is kind of easy in a way, isn't it? You know,
So, yeah.
it's time. You
It's
have
like-
to go there and spend time doing it. But it's
To be
actually
fair, it's like if you want to lose weight, there's no big secret or massively there's no like big diet you need to do. Literally, the basis of losing weight anyway is eat less, move more.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. Of course.
That's all there is to it, really.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I lost a load of weight. I lost like 2 or 3 stone.
Did you?
Just because, like, start of 2017, I remember myself. I weighed myself on New Year's Eve, I think, and I was 20 stone. And like that, yeah, I stopped drinking fizzy drinks. They're fucking deadly, them.
Yeah, that's the first thing
Just
I cut.
literally just
Lethal.
yeah, like chocolate, crisps, just all the crap. If you literally just cut that out, you'll be surprised at how much you'll lose. Like,
Bang on, exactly how I felt. Yeah.
and I just started drinking loads of water. Like, honestly, I swapped the fizzy drinks out just because what
Yeah.
I was doing it wasn't because I really wanted the fizzy drink. It's just because it was in the fridge and just handy. It was just there. I didn't have to fucking make a brew or whatever I wanted. You know, it was just there and convenient. But instead I swapped them out, just got loads of ever since then, my mum gets big packet of bottles of water and big bottles of flavoured water to take to work and stuff. And like, it just swapped it out for that. So whenever I need a drink, just take a bottle of water. Just got into the habit of that.
Yeah, definitely. It's so much better for you, innit? I found that, like, I was just having a fizzy drink at work because it's like, we had a cooler with the fizzy drinks in it. It'd be like £1 each, and I just grab one, and it's just not.
I mean, I think
It's not good for you.
I think like the odd one every now and again's alright.
Oh, definitely.
But
Well, I'd say that's it as well. Like, not having it a lot makes it more special. Like, you can really enjoy it. I know. Like, I've been watching what I've eaten, and I still love crisps. But I had one salt and vinegar packet of crisps, like the multi-pack one. It was like a little one. So I wasn't cheating that much. And I just like opened it, and it was just like, wow,
You do like your salt and
I
vinegar.
do. I love them. Absolutely love them.
I've never been keen on salt and vinegar.
No?
Chris. No, just
I
don't
mean,
hate it. I think it's just better. I think it's just better flavours.
better flavours. Fair enough.
Well, just ones I enjoy more.
I enjoy. I enjoy sort of all flavours. I could eat anything, but salt and vinegar just sort of has a special place in my heart somehow. I'm not even like big on vinegar. I don't like. I'm not massive on like pickled things and vinegary taste. But salt and vinegar crisps sort of do it for me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But yeah, going back to fitness, like another thing I did was it was like you've got depending on the position you're in. Like I was 20 stone, so I felt like it was a bit pointless to start weight training. I wanted to do a bit of bodybuilding, like not to a massive extent. Just wanted to, be a bit strong. Because actually, be surprised, but my arms fucking weak as piss, mate.
Mine were, yeah.
Yeah, I get most of my power from my shoulder and my back. Like.
I was exactly the same.
Yeah,
I think it's because we're tall, innit? I think you tend to.
That one, like that.
Curls,
Yeah,
for your
curls,
biceps.
Like I could only do like 5 of them, and I literally just couldn't lift
Yeah,
them.
but
It's crazy.
I had exactly that. It must be just the way because we're tall, and I guess when you're doing manual work at work, you must just use your back a lot, yeah.
Yeah.
Or you probably do, because I think it's your biggest muscle in it.
Yeah.
It's like the strongest muscle, so you just keep using that rather than using your arms as much. I think is what I realised. But yeah, I totally the same. But then I'd go on a machine, like, and I'd work my lats. My lats are like sick, and I just like, wow, this is mint. I actually feel dead good. And then I'd do like a curl, like you're saying. Yeah, you just do 4, and your muscles just stop.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
It's well said, isn't it? But I know it's a funny thing, isn't it?
So, but one thing I did actually enjoy at the gym was cardio.
Yeah,
I quite enjoyed going for a run. I surprised myself at running, because like I go for like a 20-minute run like quite easily.
Yeah.
And I just sort of impressed myself a bit by that, because I felt like I could only run for like a minute and be fucked. But
I think your body can always do a little bit more than you expect of it. I think that's one thing that's nice about fitness more than anything, is just you sort of learn what your body can do. You just sort of reach your limit and just test it and just see what you're capable of. It's quite nice, and
it's mentally testing as well.
Yeah. It's a bit of an exercise in willpower, isn't it?
Yeah. But we do have an email, Cliff.
Do we?
Yeah, I don't know if you've checked.
Crap.
Definitely not from someone we know. But
Let's have a look. Whizzing it up now on screen number 2. Is it? Okay, here we go. Hello lads, big fan here. Approx the size of a wind turbine. That's how big fan I am. Nice. I'd like it if you top fellas would discuss your favourite alcoholic beverages and some Le9gag fun stories from the drank sessions. I would also like to ask about the Discord server community barbecue gala, potluck, lucky dip, bingo, apple bob and alcoholic session at some point between March 26th and April 16th at a gafferitorium to be chosen. Thank you. At a later skater boy date. Are you strapping young fellas in? I hope you are. Kiss, hug, kiss, hug, kiss, kiss. And we're not going to disclose the name. So. What do you make of that?
I don't know. It's written in Comic Sans. I mean, it's like, I think it is.
That, yeah. Alcoholic beverages. That's probably a good topic.
What's my favourite alcoholic beverages? I actually had a bad. Right, here we go. You know how I feel about whiskey, mate. Oh yeah.
You like it, yeah.
It's like my favourite drink, really. And I had a bad last night. I had a bad experience actually with it for the first time.
Yeah.
I'm actually considering to not really drink it that much anymore, which is a bit of a shame, because it feels like, I mean, what happened was I went home night out last night and got in whiskey, and like as soon as I got to bed, head was spinning. I just couldn't. Like, it's the worst feeling when you go to bed, head spinning. You just can't go to sleep. Well, I can't anyway. And like, so I make myself throw up when I feel like that.
Yeah.
Just get right, fucking, get it out, because I hate it. I can't stand it. And like, I was sick quite a lot. Like, and it seems to happen every time I drink whiskey, actually. So I think I'm probably gonna just not drink it as much anymore. Yeah. It's not like I fucking smash it every night or something, but I don't know, it's a bit of a shame. But in terms of pints and, just drinking drinks, I sort of go off this. Before, if I'm going out or something, if we're at the pub to start off with, I'm a cider man, really. I like my Strongbow and all that.
Yeah.
I can't really drink lager anymore. It's a bit grim.
No, I've never been much into lager.
There's actually a lager I quite like called Hop House, and
I like that. Yeah,
it's quite expensive though.
It's expensive, yeah, but in a way it doesn't. It's not actually that lager. It's a bit more. What's sort of European lagery. It's a bit like German lagery is what I get from it. Because when I'm in Europe, I can drink lagers, but they're somehow different.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I can't really explain that. Maybe it's just because it's like a psychological thing. Like I like it because I'm in a nice place. But yeah, Hop House is a good one, yeah.
But I sort of stick to this. I like, and then go to clubs, just slam vodka Red Bulls. I don't know what it is. As soon as I go into town, it's just I go up to the bar and it's just I don't even ask for anything else. For some reason I always ask for vodka Red Bull.
I suppose it's just a bit of an easy. Like,
it goes down pretty easy. Yeah. Probably don't do much good for your insides. It's just necking Red Bull.
You hear stories, don't you? There's a lot of like shit about it, but I don't know. It's not for me, that mate. Bloody hell.
Yeah. What about you? What's your favourite beverage?
Well, it's beers, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's got to be beers.
I know.
Just like, I don't know, sort of anything. Any beer that isn't like a lager, I suppose, I'll be like well into it.
Yeah.
And I think the nicest one I ever had, well, probably my favourite, just like Old Faithful.
Have you ever had white
IPA?
Sorry, yeah, go on.
But Punk IPA is my Old Faithful, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, go on, wait.
Have you ever had white beer before? It's quite German.
Weiss beer. Yeah.
Weiss beer.
Yeah. I think I gave you a bottle when you were here before.
Yeah. I had some in Switzerland. I quite enjoyed it.
It's good. Yeah, that's
It's quite nice.
That's one. I like that as well. I think nicknamed liquid bread in German. I think.
I could imagine.
It does actually taste it a bit. It has that sort of like yeasty sort of thing to it. It's good, isn't it? Germany's good for beers, but I think it's funny how different places have like different sort of takes on beer. I suppose they have different like schools of thought.
Yeah.
I think England is a very good place for beer because I think you get a lot of variety and you do get like German influences and things, and it's quite a complex field here.
Yeah.
It's and Germany's another good place for it, but it's somehow different. I think. I mean, there's different beers for different weathers, even. So it's like, I feel like it's like that. Different moods, different weathers, different beers. It's like a whole magical world, isn't it?
Yeah. Funny stories. I do have some, but I know I have some, but if I can't think of them right now, like there's quite a lot. I'll tell you what. Actually, last weekend I tried to bench press a midget.
Okay,
it's gotta be a soundbite, that. Lad called, I won't say his name, but proper sound. We've been going to Leeds a couple of times.
Yeah,
we went the weekend before last. We just loved it that much. We just went back the next weekend, and one of the lads actually is back again today actually right now. And yeah, we're staying at a uni apartment. One of my mates who knows him, and we're staying at his apartment. And we just got plastered, and we're coming from night out, and there's a big group of us, and one of them's a dwarf. Nothing against the guy. I think he's a fucking top man. He was funny as. And I just said to him, I was like, and he's a weightlifter. He can bench press like a normal sized man. I've seen him fucking do it. So he's pretty hench. I was just like, can I try bench press you, mate? And he's just like, yeah, if you want, mate. And yeah.
Could you do it?
No.
I bet he's like dead heavy actually.
Well, he's quite a big boy. Right.
Yeah, well I think it's better for I bet if you're little, I bet it's dead easy to put a lot of muscle on. I bet you can really, because if you've got smaller arms, it's easier to get the leverage. Well, yeah, it acts in your favour, doesn't it? Because
you've not got as much distance.
To cover.
Yeah.
So you can probably lift more being tall, but you probably have to like really stack up and put like a lot of muscle on. But I guess if you can probably lift his own body weight like dead easy. I bet it's quite cool. I bet he can do some cool stuff.
Yeah, quite well.
But yeah, that's it.
that was quite funny. Fuck yeah.
That's one off the bucket list, I suppose.
Yeah, I can say I've tried to bench press a dwarf. What? I mean, I can't think. I mean, that time we just got absolutely fucking levered with my dad, and it just put you off drinking
It
for
did
a long time.
quite a bit, yeah.
It was quite serious as well. You didn't drink for a long time.
It actually changed. It like flipped the switch on it for me.
I think it did for me. As well.
I was like, I was getting into it a little bit.
Yeah.
If in a way, it probably did me a bit of good because, like, I was at an age where I was sort of like, I was getting, I'm getting good at this kind of thing, and I was like, I could drink more every time, and then that just night it was just like shut that down. You know what I mean? It just really put a cap on it. And I don't think I think that was the night where
my dad can fucking drink. That guy, fuck me. I mean, like before that, I mean, I was 17. Go to the pub, like went to a pub in Manchester with one of our listeners' his place. If you're listening, hello.
Hello.
And like we were 17, but we were allowed in this pub, like, because his dad knew the bartender and all that stuff. He knew the landlord, and just giving us, pints. I must have drank about 10 pints of just Carlsberg, just throwing them back to his house, whiskies, rum, whatever, and I was fine.
Yeah, I used to have that.
I was fucking fine.
It's unbelievable, isn't it? I don't get how it happens. Like,
and then it just fucking changed us, didn't it?
Yeah.
It all started. I mean, you started later than me and my dad. Like, I remember it. I didn't get a job on this trial, and he picked me up from Preston, and he's like, "Come on, mate, we'll go to a pub in Ray Green." And had one there, drove back to the Highfield. It was just like, we'll just nip in for one or two more. What the fuck happened from there? I don't know, really. But it was because I was just, my dad was just fucking, fucking nailing, like, he's like, "Come on, lad," because he knew I was a bit fucking pissed off about things, and, But basically, another time as well, my dad's done that. It was a similar situation. Went to the pub after I didn't get a job on another trial period.
Yeah.
Went to the pub and like he was with his mates, usual. I was like, he bought me a few drinks, and he said, I said, I'll have a Jack Daniels and Coke, please. Little did I know, he was giving me fucking doubles. I think he gave me a triple as well. And like, I didn't even know, and I was steaming after the second. I was like, what the fuck? And he let me know. He's like, "Yeah, I've been giving you doubles all night." Like, I was like, "What the fuck, mate? That's like, what's it called? That, like, what's it? Spiking. That's it. Might as well be spiking my drink, for fuck's sake." But no, it's all good though.
Yeah. Yeah, drinking. It's a bit of a journey, isn't it? Like,
it's funny, isn't it?
It has been sort of fun, but yeah, that's the thing. You do sort of. I suppose you have a sort of relationship with it that you have to sort of develop and and sort of get through.
Got to know your limits, haven't you?
That's it. Yeah.
That's one thing I've always struggled with, because I'll be feeling fine in town or something, just still fucking nailing drinks. As soon as I get home, I'm like, "Fuck me, I need to make myself fucking wine."
I think that's it. Sometimes some nights it's like, I don't know. It's like your body just sort of loves it, isn't it? It just,
It's well up for it.
You sort of forget, like, I don't know. It's,
I mean, I'm on for a heavy one this Sunday again. Because it's my work due. I'm actually nervous about it.
Oh yeah.
Because I don't know what to expect, and I've just heard, but it gets fucking brutal. Literally everyone, the gaffer as well, just smashes cocaine.
Oh Christ!
Like, just drugs, loads of drinks.
And that's a work do, is it?
Yeah, that's the type of fucking firm I'm at, and I wouldn't change it, mate. Fucking love it.
Well, I think last work do I went to was a bit tamer than that.
Yeah. I've never actually been to one, like a Christmas work do, whatever. Like,
I think, I only went to the pub. Like, I think the rest of them went out afterwards, But damn. So, Those are the 9-gag funny stories.
Yeah, I'm
segment
sure we
of
have
the
more,
podcast.
but I can't think. Yeah.
I think it's about like I don't remember some of the stuff.
Yeah, you
That's
don't
one
remember, do
thing.
you?
That's one thing about drinking a bit less. It's nice. Is like you actually have a good recollection of events.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, there's loads of funny things that have happened, but they're not really stories. Like, just funny little anecdotes and that I think only people we know would understand. Like, sort of inside jokes and stuff. Yeah. Another little topic I fancy talking to you about today, well, I think actually got asked to talk about it, was films.
Films.
State of films at the moment, where it's going.
Oh,
all
we're gonna have to talk about like Infinity War and that.
So.
I mean,
Get it in the title.
get it there.
Thumbnail.
Just begrudgingly get those views in.
Yeah.
I mean, I've not seen it.
Neither have I. I don't give a fuck about it.
No.
I'm the only superhero film I can tolerate is Batman. And
Yeah.
I still wasn't that into it.
That's one thing. Like, you get a lot of people who like slam the, they say the Marvel movies are shit, but then they like really liked like Dark Knight and that. It was all right. I wasn't that bothered about it though somehow.
Yeah.
I know that they say like, Marvel is just like it's just it's for kids. It's like everything's computer graphics, and the Dark Knight was dead realistic and that, but it's just like I don't know. I think movies in general have there's not many movies that really like sort of get me,
Not anymore. Not really
right.
any that come out.
I think when you're a kid, it's just like you just like the colours, don't you?
just
That's the
look
thing.
at the colours, don't you?
But-
yeah.
I don't know. I think,
I'll tell you what I did watch actually when was it? Thursday night, I think. Rocky 3.
yeah.
That's my favourite Rocky.
Which one's that? Is that Mr.
That's
T?
with Mr. T, that one, yeah.
Why is that your favourite one?
I like 1 and 2. Don't get me wrong. Like I remember watching the first one, and like I was actually like jumping up, like, "Come on, Rocky, do a big punch, mate." There was just something about Rocky 3 I just really like. Like I like he got dead successful, and like Mickey passes away.
Yeah.
He's like, Mick.
I do actually like the Rocky films. I think
They're a bit cheesy, but like,
yeah, but sometimes you
they're
need
just
cheesy
good to watch.
films.
Yeah,
You do actually
they've
need
got
cheesy films.
they've got heart.
Yeah.
That's what I like about it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I was gonna say. Like, I like films that have story to them. I quite like films that are like based on true stories, or like just realistic, and just all this superhero shit just doesn't do it for me.
That's one thing.
It's all surface. There's no actual storytelling to it. or
Yeah,
anything.
I tell you what, that's one thing as well. The whole thing with like role models, you get that around these Marvel films a lot. I mean, I think the big one was like when Black Panther came out, and it was like, finally we've got a black person,
black superhero.
a black role model for young children. It's like, what? What? So like you're gonna. I've not even seen it. What can you like? He's got the powers, magical powers of a panther or something. I don't know. He's a superhero, isn't he?
Well, they just fucking shit out these superheroes. It's just fucking.
But like that's.
He's not even. Is he even an actual fucking comic book character?
I think he is, but he's like a minor one.
Yeah,
I don't think he was
he's not
anything
an actual,
like.
Yeah.
He wasn't spectacular, but he is a Stan Lee like Marvel sort of character.
Is it right? Because I don't know. I hardly know anything about these comic book worlds or anything. I don't fucking know.
I only know from what I've sort of, I guess, picked up over. You can't not. It just sort of diffuses into your brain. I don't know because
It's like Disney.
Yeah.
Can't get away from that.
No. Well, they own. Well, oh God, what was that? There was a picture on Twitter or something of like, Infinity War surpassed Star Wars for being the biggest, release week ever in movie history.
Really?
And there was a Twitter post made by LucasArts of like, it was like a Jedi hand passing over the lightsaber to Iron Man's hand.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
And it's like note like, congratulations, passing the torch. And then there was just sort of comment under it. It was just like, you know, LucasArts is owned by Disney. Marvel Studios is owned by Disney. And it's just like a picture of like fucking Mickey Mouse like fucking shaking his own hand. Because it is. It's just ridiculous. Like, what is this? It's just Disney, just like, you know, just patting itself on the fucking.
Well done. Yeah. We've made more money.
Yeah. We make all the movies now. Well done.
They're gonna
Good
they're taking over the fucking world, Disney.
Well,
like,
yeah.
Like it's like Argario, that game, you know, the big.
Yeah.
Disney is like the size of the fucking map, mate. That is Disney.
It's that one guy on the map
massive
that's
one
just like...
that just sort of moves around slowly like that. Like,
yeah.
You know,
that's one little thing. Just a little side note. Did you ever get that on Argario where, when you were like, I can't remember, it was like year 11, I think, when it came out.
Yeah.
I remember just one time I got the biggest on the server, and that was quite interesting moment.
I played it a few times. So
just the social element of it was what interested me, because I got to the biggest on the server, and it's like, okay, a lot of it's luck. I was probably quite good at it, but like, you know, a lot of it's luck. But I think my name was Cake, just the word Cake, and then you get loads of like little sycophants who start making their name like Cake Heart and like, please feed me Cake and like.
Really?
Yeah, you seriously. I mean, you add it, and it's like, and they sort of float around you and like, you know. It's creepy. It's really fucking creepy, man. Because I mean, I tell you what, when I got bored, because I just got bored of it, because I was just, you know, once you,
there's not really much to it, is there?
Nothing. Once you've got you get to the point where you're so big you can't move anywhere because there's like viruses blocking you, and you can't move because someone will split you, and so you're that big that you know there's nothing you can do anymore, and no one can kill you because there's not enough space on the map, and you know, the guy who's second on the leaderboard is like a third of your size. It's just, there's just nothing to do, and I was just there for like 10 minutes, and you just get these people like floating around you like.
That's fucking weird. That
fucking creepy guys. So I just started like feeding one, you know, seeing what would happen. And he just, as soon as he got bigger than me, he ate me. Like there's just no, you know, obviously I was just, I knew what was going to happen, but it's just a little bit fascinating. Just something about that, like, just
quite interesting. That actually,
I feel kind of like bad for actually feeding that guy.
Yeah.
I should have given it to a sort of random other dude, you know, just to teach that knobhead a bit of a lesson.
Yeah, like beggars on RuneScape.
Yeah. Well, beggars everywhere, I suppose.
Going back to films, I really like war films.
Yeah, Fury was one of my favourite films. That's one of the films that like. Probably one of the last films I've seen. I don't see many films, to be fair. I probably missed some good ones, you know. But I think that was like the last film I can remember watching that was like, or the newest film that I remember watching that was I really enjoy. It's really sort of like, because it was quite like realistic, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You know, you could imagine it. Well, probably wasn't based on a true story, but there's probably a lot of shit that went down.
Yeah, it wasn't like a lie.
Yeah, and I think it was. And I tell you what, as well, I think it was quite good. It was like, it wasn't just like bumming on how good like the Allies were, you know, and how like, oh, you know, the Nazis are bad, and you know, smashing the Germans and all this shit.
Yeah.
Like, it was like, this is just sort of shit. Like, no one's having a good time here.
No.
You know, it's just, what is this? It's just like, it's grim. There's just no winners here, you know.
Yeah. I mean,
like, kind of dark. When films are dark and gritty, I think that works really well. When Disney's never going to make a dark and gritty superhero film, you know.
No.
You know, they're just never going to have like a. I think maybe that's why people like The Dark Knight, because at least it's a little bit yeah. There's a little bit of grit.
He's
there,
a good guy, but he's also a bit of a bad guy, isn't he?
Yeah, it's not like.
From my understanding,
it's a bit gloomy. I don't think it's a perfect film, but like, it is a bit. At least it's a bit braver than like.
Yeah.
You know, Captain America punching bad guys. That's it. You know, there is a bit of substance to it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm more into TV series, to be honest. Like, and a good TV series was Band of Brothers, which is Tom Hanks and Steven Spielberg directed it, and there's loads of interesting trivia on it. Actually, it's about the 101st Airborne Division. World War Two, going into Normandy on D-Day and stuff. It just follows like a group of about 20 guys, and like there's loads of like it's the highest budget TV show ever.
Right.
125 million they spent on it.
Well, it was like a full big movie.
It's massive,
wasn't it?
It's like one big movie, yeah. It's basically Saving Private Ryan, but it's a TV series.
Dead long, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have to give that a watch, yeah. I like watching stuff. TV shows in a way is like almost a better medium. Just it's quite hard to cram a lot into a film, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a bit of it's an art form, literally. But
I quite like what's it called? Pulp Fiction. It's a good film.
I've not actually seen that.
Maybe not.
I know it's supposed to be classic.
It's complicated. It's hard to sort of get your head around a bit, but Pulp Fiction's good. Shawshank Redemption, just all the old classics.
Shawshank Redemption's a good film, isn't it?
Yeah. One I've not seen is The Godfather.
I've not actually seen that either. I don't think.
Well, I've heard that.
I bet there's probably like people who are just watching this like fucking raging at the screen. Yeah. Movies is one thing that there are like a real hardcore fan base of like every film, isn't there?
Yeah, I'm not a massive film watcher, so I'm definitely more into TV series.
To be honest, I think like nowadays games is up there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Computer games are well up there with like story, like for medium because they're all about.
Life is Strange.
Life is Strange. Yeah.
Wow.
Classic.
It's so strange.
So strange, guys.
Such a bad game. It's funny though.
But that's the thing, isn't it? Like you can see that game will have had a tiny fraction of the budget of like a big film, hasn't it?
Yeah.
And yet it's still sort of interesting in a way, isn't it? It's still. You still. There's plenty of games that are like that still tell a good story, aren't there? I think it's coming more into its sort of element now a little bit. People are sort of recognising it a bit more as a.
Yeah.
Because I don't think movies are ever going to die ever, but like they are a little bit old-fashioned now. The way things develop so quickly.
Yeah.
Movies are they're a little bit sort of 1930s now. I think as popular as they are, it's funny. It's all going to move on, I think. I don't know. But
I noticed you playing Fortnite the other day. Was you?
Fortnite? No.
Was you not?
I honestly wasn't.
Sure you were. Sure it said Forky in Battle Royale.
Battle Royale? Maybe I opened it by mistake, but I'd only have clicked on the launcher and shut it straight away.
Yeah. Fuck no, I don't know.
Did someone have my name or something?
No, it was you.
I've been playing. I think I've only been playing StarCraft. I've only been playing the one game. Tell you what, that's actually it. A little game that came out, I found quite interesting. Where is it? Frostpunk. That's one I played a little bit of. I've not finished it yet. It's not even here. That's one, like a good little sort of storytelling game. I'd recommend having a look at it on Steam. It's like a little strategy game, and it's like it's all about like, I think the sun's dying, and everything's freezing over and getting colder, and it's all set in like a sort of steampunk 1800s England. So everyone's like sort of Victorian age things and that, and you've got to survive.
Yeah.
And I think that's it's only like a little low budget indie thing, I think. But that got me thinking about it, like how easy it is. This is like something a movie could be made out of. It's that kind of that kind of story.
You always find little niche games, you. Like,
I do. I guess I keep my ears to the ground on it.
Did you finish Kingdom Come, by the way?
Yeah, I finished that.
What did you rate it then?
I thought it was. This is the whole thing. I don't know. I've probably talked about this, but Kingdom Come. Really good really good RPG. I thought I really enjoyed it. I think there's a lot there, a lot to do, worth playing. Still not as good as Gothic 2 though. I went back and I played Gothic 2. I played it again for like the third time in my life. Not the last time in my life either. And I just loved it. I was just like off my tits playing it. Just like just felt so right. The same like developer who's made Gothic 2. The only like 2017 they made another game called Elix. This one, that's another sort of sci-fi post-apocalypse kind of game, and it's like same dead same, like really a lot of the same mechanics as Gothic 2. You can tell it's made by the same people. Really good game. Love the story. Love the game. Still not as good as Gothic 2. Even the developers of the game haven't got the. They've not. I think Gothic 2 is just the perfect RPG. I really think it's better than Elder Scrolls. I think the Elder Scrolls. Well, Bethesda, when they make Elder Scrolls and Fallout, I just don't think they're as good. Somehow they're just not. They just don't engage as much as.
Yeah.
It's just a shitty old game.
Yeah, I remember when Skyrim came out. Like, it fucking took over my life for a while.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it is. It is definitely a really good game. Yeah. But I mean, yeah, I played it. I tanned it back in the day. But I don't know, man. There's just stuff that it's still stuff that it does that I don't like. Because I think Piranha Bytes, which is the developer of Gothic, I think they just have they had a real good clue on the formula.
Mm.
It's hard to explain. I maybe have to do like a playthrough and just sort of let you have a go on it a bit.
Yeah.
See what you think. Because I won't be offended if you thought it was shit, because it sort of is a shit game.
Wait, which game's this?
Gothic.
Gothic, yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Maybe we should do you can Gothic 2 playthrough.
Could do it, yeah.
Yeah, why
I'd
not?
quite like it.
I'm surprised it still runs on your computer, because it's quite an old game, isn't it?
It's old, yeah. It doesn't run great. Definitely not. I think it probably. There's mods for it. It's one of those games. There's a lot of people still working on it, but the Steam version runs alright for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was it. I think you have to the view distance. There's actually hotkeys to change the view distance, because if you got the view distance on maximum, it lags like crazy.
Yeah.
So you have to, like, if you're exploring the world, you put your view distance on maximum so you can see things. And then when you're in like a fight and you want your frame rate to go up, you bring your view distance down. That's how I had to play it, and I didn't mind it, but you can definitely mod it to clean that up if you really want. But oh man, I don't know. Yeah, it's right there, but it's probably like. It's probably quite hard as well. I think if someone playing it, starting it, who's never played it before, would struggle with it, because the mechanics, like the controls, are clunky as shit.
Yeah.
But there's like a lot of nuance to it, even. Actually, my dad played it first, and there was stuff that I showed him that he didn't. He'd gone through the whole game and not realised how like the sword fighting works. Like, well, for one, you can block, which he never used. But when you're fighting against humans, you can block parry their sword attacks. And it's like, you just sort of need it to play the game. It's really hard fighting other humans if you don't block. But like, the game doesn't really tell you can do it.
Yeah.
I
can see that.
You know,
when is Mountain Blade 2 coming out?
Well, that's another one, isn't it?
Oh, fuck's sake.
That's another one.
We will not stop until it.
I've got to prepare. I'm going to Google it. I don't think it's got a release date. I think it's.
No, it's still in.
It's still going to be dead early, isn't it? But, oh God, Mountain Blade, where is it? It's just, it's almost not really worth like looking at it, just forgetting about it and just letting it happen. Yeah, there's a lot of like dev diaries and things on it yet, but there's no. I don't think they're rushing it. I don't think it's going to be out until content coming soon. Like, yeah, it's going to be like next year, isn't it?
Oh God!
It's got to be next year. We might as well all just sort of.
At least they're updating it like quite regularly.
Yeah, they're definitely working on it. I mean, it's one of there's videos of it, but it's funny with games. I don't really get the development of it, because you can see like a game working. You just show like a video of it at like E3 or something of a game.
Yeah.
And it won't be out for like another year.
There's still quite a lot. There's probably a lot more to it though, isn't there? Like, and just getting the game working and running, isn't there?
Yeah, I suppose.
There's marketing in it, and just bug fixes, all that stuff. I don't know. Not a game developer. So.
No, it must be. Yeah, there must be a lot to it. We're probably not giving them enough credit. I couldn't develop it. Well, no one could develop a game on their own. There's probably like a lot of people working on it and that. But that's one of those. I honestly, like, when that comes out, I'm gonna have to watch out when that comes out.
Might have to just book a week off work.
I'm not even joking. I probably am. Like, it's going to be a bit of an event, isn't it? Oh man. Yeah, we'll have to do a session on YouTube where we play it when it comes out. We'll just do like
live stream it.
Live stream it. Put it on YouTube or something. Watch out for that. Watch out for that, folks. It's going to be good. But yeah, Matt. That's another game. That's one thing. It's one of those games exactly like Gothic, where it doesn't make sense why it's good. It kind of looks like the graphics are bad. You know, the combat's clunky as hell, isn't it? It's weird.
It's fucking awful.
It's awful, but you just want to play it. You just want to like stick your head in and just keep doing it. It's great, isn't it? And even though the mods like the Napoleonic multiplayer mod was pretty good, actually. I played that quite a bit.
I remember that. I got like a no scope, didn't I?
That was unbelievable. I don't think anyone's ever done that. It's not possible.
It's like first game I would ever play it.
Yeah, everyone's
it's
got
one of the first kills.
Everyone's got the whole game is designed like muskets are just awful and like it's realistic. Like you're not supposed to actually hit anyone with your musket unless they're next to you.
Yeah.
You just fired it randomly.
It wasn't completely random.
You aimed it. Yeah,
I did
but,
fucking.
Well, all that comes up on screen is like a big circle of like where the bullet could go, and it's like the circle is like a massive chunk. It's like 2 inches in diameter. It's like a huge thing. It's just there's just like one little speck in the middle of that massive circle, and you just
fucking headshot.
Popped him.
Unreal stuff.
But I bet Mountain Blade 2. That's another thing. I bet the multiplayer on Mountain Blade 2 is going to be a thing, isn't it?
Probably.
I bet they do a lot with the multiplayer on it. I mean, can you imagine if they did like a sort of MMO thing where like, you've got your own castle?
Oh, don't.
Can you fucking imagine it? Like we're there on a castle or something, and we've just got like, you've got like a clan, and then you've got like the next castle over.
They'll probably do a battle royale.
Oh, fuck, I hope they don't. I bet I might do actually. I'm a bit burnt out on battle royales. You're right though. I bet they do.
No, I can see it. Apparently, COD this year they're doing a battle royale.
Yeah, everyone's going to jump on it.
Instead of doing the campaign, apparently they're doing the battle royale. No.
I'm probably the only person who actually quite likes the COD campaigns.
I quite. There's a lot of them are a bit shit, but
are they?
Yeah.
I've only played the good ones.
Modern Warfare 2 campaign was a fucking bollocks, mate. Like I've replayed that campaign a couple of times.
Yeah.
Like, it's a good one.
Yeah, well, they probably don't put as much effort in.
Yeah, it's a lot of like this World War 2 one. Bit fucking boring, to be honest.
Yeah,
there's a bit more to it, but like what even was before? I didn't even play the one before the big spaceship one. I didn't even play that. I didn't even get it.
No. I can't remember what it was.
I'll tell you what, the Advanced Warfare campaign with Kevin Spacey in it.
Yeah.
That was good. I enjoyed that.
Yeah,
I'll give it credit. I'll give that one credit where it's due.
I've always been a bit of one for single player. That's one thing. Just being able to sort of enjoy a game like that. That's what I mean when it comes to movies, bringing it back. Sitting and enjoying like a single player game. Some of them are so good that like, I think they're a lot more enjoyable than a movie. Like, and you get a lot more time out of them. You're having a lot of fun with it. I just think it's a bit of a funny thing.
Yeah. I don't think movies will ever die.
No.
I don't know. I know one thing.
There's too many people who like them.
I know one thing that will hopefully die one day. The fucking radio.
Oh God! Oh, we've been here. It feels like we get here every
fucking
podcast.
Isn't it?
That's one thing. I don't work on the. I work in an office now, and there's no radio on, and it's honestly like.
Is it nice? Yeah.
I didn't realise like how much it like bothered me. Honestly, honestly, like I just sometimes enjoy I just remember like, damn, I used to have to listen to the radio every day, and I just sit there and put a big grin on my face. All right, it's just amazing. Well, as well as sitting down at a computer, you can just put your earbuds in and listen to your own music, which is bliss.
Yeah,
it just makes the day go so much quicker. But yeah, bloody radio. I don't know. I feel like maybe that will die in favour of
could
like
be.
streaming. You know,
Yeah. I
in
fucking
favour of
hope it
streaming.
does. I think podcasts are gonna fucking probably take over.
I think.
Maybe.
Yeah. Well, I think in the future it's definitely foreseeable that tellies are going to die, isn't it? Because I mean, you got to think like, okay, next generation of people. I mean, there's hardly any people our age that watch telly, is there? I don't think.
I don't really watch it.
I don't know any sort of, you know, so like our kids probably just aren't going to even know what a telly looks like. I feel. You know, I think it's going to go that way.
Yeah.
I think podcasts are going to be like the new. But I think that's actually really good. I think that's a really good and powerful thing, isn't it? Because rather than I mean, well, the big thing at the moment is like media, isn't it? But you know, fake news and all that shit. But if everyone starts listening to sort of podcasts and this kind of media, like radio, I suppose that void that radio will create is going to be filled by like people in their own homes, you know, individuals making their own sort of content for people to enjoy,
Like we're doing.
like we're doing. Yeah, I think it's going to be.
It's easy
gonna
to
blow
do
up.
as well. We just got a fucking mic.
So yeah.
Free recording thing.
I've got a computer that like I'd have anyway, you know, and a microphone for £80. Not a lot of money in the grand scheme of things. Done. And now, you know, literally several people across the globe. Shout out to our Algerian fans.
Shout out to that bloke. There's a guy who watched from Indiana, I think,
Indiana,
in America. Yeah.
America.
I can't remember how long it's for. I think it's probably like a minute.
Damn. Probably had to go, you know, to work or something.
Yeah. What else? So I've been reading a book, mate.
Oh yeah.
I haven't read properly for years. I've actually been really enjoying it. Gets me to sleep really easily. Paul Stewart's biography.
Oh yeah.
No footballer.
Yeah.
I've met him. I've actually met him. He's like my neighbour's friend.
Alright, yeah.
And I met him at her 60th birthday party. I did actually ask him if he wanted to come on the podcast once we get a few under the belt, so we'll see where that takes us.
That'd be good, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do. I don't do enough reading. I'm always trying to remember to sort of get on it and get a good book going. But I don't know. I used to be able to just read for fun when I was little. But yeah, it's good, isn't it? It's definitely good for you. I think. Well, yeah, it's just good for you to be reading. I always feel sort of a bit happier, like I'm. You know, it's like
The thing is,
weightlifting for the brain, mate.
Yeah. It's like forcing yourself to actually focus on something. Because what I usually do was just go on, like, stick something on Netflix, which I wasn't really sort of paying attention to, and just sort of be on my phone, like, just fucking.
Yeah, it's easy to do, isn't it?
You just fucking get lost in your own world. Like.
Yeah, it's easy to do that. It definitely. But I think that's one thing I heard. Like stimulus, like when you've got like short blasts of stimulus, it makes it hard to focus on things. You know, so like little 10-minute YouTube videos and that, and stuff like that. It makes it harder for you to concentrate on stuff for a long time. Apparently, which I can well believe. You know, so I think sitting and reading
makes
a book,
your brain fine tunes your brain for a short attention.
Yeah,
span.
so I think sitting down and reading a book probably just sort of breaks that up a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, it just sort of stops you from getting a bit ADHD on it. You know, getting a bit slows your sort of brain rate down a bit, I guess.
Yeah. What time we on?
Let's have a look. Oh, I've lost it. Here we go. Oh,
54.
54 minutes.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Not bad.
We always bash it out.
Yeah, we find a way, don't we? We could do with just sort of maybe trying to organise a few topics, but to be honest, I do just kind of enjoy winging it. Like,
It's quite
I'm not winging it, but you know what I mean, like just letting it flow.
Well, yeah, I think that's the most natural way.
I mean, we have spoke about a few particular topics, though, haven't we? So.
I think we do it. It's quite natural. I think flow with it a bit tastier. But one thing, like sort of on top of this, I would like to do some shorter form
Of content,
dead focus videos and something, you know. I mean,
Fortnite gameplay.
Fortnite gameplay, damn. I mean,
I wouldn't be opposed.
I actually wouldn't be. Yeah,
That
I
would
wouldn't
be a bit of a laugh, but it's so oversaturated.
That's the thing with it. Yeah, I even feel like I quite like. I actually remember when I first saw it, and I was like, damn, like I can tell this is going to be. It looked good. I thought, I'm looking forward to playing this. It's going to be. Because
Did you
PUBG was
expect
just
it
out.
to be as big as it?
I guess I can't say I did. All I thought was that, this is a good niche. I didn't think it was going to blow up as much as it was. I don't think anyone could have predicted it. But I remember seeing it, and PUBG had just come out, and I remember playing it a lot. And this is a really good formula, but this game just isn't quite right. It's a little
not quite
bit
perfected, is it?
It's not quite got that widespread appeal. And as soon as I saw Fortnite doing it, I was like, I can see it. I can see this. This is a bit more. It's a little bit more professionally done. It feels, because PUBG is just a mod for armor, isn't it? Effectively.
Yeah.
But Fortnite is like really, the art's really nice. I think the aesthetics of the game is a big part of it. And I did think more just personally, I thought this is kind of more like what I'd want out of a battle royale.
Yeah, it's
I wanted
simple,
something.
isn't it?
I wanted something that was less sort of. PUBG, I guess, is sort of quote unquote realistic, and it's a lot about sort of strategy in that. But Fortnite's a little bit faster paced. There's a lot less just walking about the map looting. There is more sort of combat, and the building is quite interesting in it. I was like, this is a better, a slightly a perfection of the formula, I suppose. PUBG had a really good formula, but Fortnite is going to just. It's another level on top of it, I do think.
Yeah.
No one, dedicated PUBG fans, don't lose your head over that.
They're both good games at the end of the day. I hate that discussion of fucking Fortnite's for kids, PUBG's for men. Fuck off. Fucking games for fuck's sake.
Yeah. At the end of the day, it actually doesn't really matter what game you're playing. It's
they're both decent battle royale games if that's what you want to play. Some people like one, some people like the other. Can we all just fucking get along? You know what I mean?
People just like being in tribes, don't they? We just like it. We like having a bit of an affiliation. But that's one thing, I suppose. I've been trying to get back into StarCraft, which is like a competitive game. It was something I kind of had with chess. I tried getting into chess a little bit, but I don't know. I'm not quite there with it. I kind of like playing it, but
I was never interested in chess. Really.
No, it's definitely more my kind of thing. Just because, I don't know. I don't really know why I'd like it, but a lot of same as a lot of people who play it. I guess I don't know. There's just something about that. But StarCraft is much the same, but it's just a little bit it's a computer game in it. There's more flashing colours and that. It's just nicer on the eyes, I suppose. But I don't know. I've really wanted just a little sort of competitive, something a bit more competitive, just that I can. Because I wouldn't mind playing little tournaments or something, not really to win, but just to travel places and do something with it.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I couldn't do that because I just don't have the same interest I do for games anymore.
No. I suppose I've been struggling with it, because you do have to practice at it and that. But I suppose it's a bit like a sport, I don't really have a sport. I'd quite like, if I had a sport, I'd be into that.
Yeah. But pissed up podcast we gotta do.
Yes.
I think that's on the list.
It has to happen.
And group Discord boys podcast.
Yes.
I'll have to try and do that one
Get
time.
you boys on.
Yeah, I think that'd be interesting.
I wonder how portable we could be. I don't know. Do you have a laptop or something?
I don't.
You do? I don't anymore. Because that'd be. I mean, if we had a laptop or something, I suppose it's a bit much lugging this massive deck around. But we could record anywhere.
Yeah.
I think that'd be sort of interesting. Leave in the comments if you want to see us, record in weird places.
Yeah.
Would that make good YouTube content? Sitting down and recording a podcast in a in a field or something, or
Why not?
top of Blackpool Tower. Who knows? But yeah. We got anything else?
There's probably some things we've missed, but fuck it.
Well, yeah,
We've got an hour there.
We've got to save some. We just hit like an hour.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
I bench pressed the midget.
Damn.
Well, failed too.
It's probably quite hard. Yeah, you probably weighed quite a bit. I mean, I can't bench a lot at all.
Yeah.
I can't bench my own body weight. I'm 80 kilograms. Damn.
Yeah. All right then. Well.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's just leave it running for a little bit.
Yeah. Why not?
Just let the audience trickle out. You know,
Yeah.
like it's a.
Like it's
Yeah.
cinema.
There's
This
gonna
is
be
the
that-
credits roll in this.
Yeah. Most of the people are leaving now. There's going to be like a couple of guys waiting for
Maybe some after
a
credits.
post-credit scene, maybe.
Yeah, yeah.
Wink, wink, wink. There's not going to be one though.
There's not gonna be.
There's not going to be one.
No.
It's just, I have that. That's another thing with like talking about movies and that, and games do it as well, where you just sort of sit and watch the credits, waiting for an end scene, and then there isn't one.
Yeah.
You're just a little bit, like, oh, you know, you're just a little bit sort of sad, a little bit sad about it. I find
Yeah.
I always like it when they leave a little thing at the end.
Yeah. Well, I think that's the credits over anyway.
Yeah. You can leave the cinema now, everyone.
Please fuck off.